You know, New Year's Day is going to be coming around the corner, and most people set New Year's resolutions on those days, on that particular day. But what's your experience been with that? On January 1st, you say, I'm going to start going to the gym 3 days a week, Tai Chi 3 times a week, I'm going to date more, I'm going to get a better job, I'm going to work harder, work longer hours, I'm going to write my book, I'm going to open my business. You've got a whole long line of resolutions, correct? What happens on January 2nd or January 3rd? You don't remember where the gym is located. You can't find your listed resolution. You're already wallowing in front of the TV set or you're sitting on the beach, but you're not doing what you said you were going to do. Now I find this very interesting because you stated your resolutions with clear intent. You had the conscious intention to make them happen. You watched The Secret, you read my books, you made your list of goals, your intentions, your outcomes. January 1st, an empowering day, facing a new year. You state your intentions, but you did not fulfill them. Why not? I've been saying that there is a missing secret to fulfillment of all your dreams. I'm saying that there are counter intentions within you. And until you take care of the counter intentions, you are not going to achieve your conscious intentions. If you do achieve them, you won't hold on to them because you won't be in alignment within yourself to keep them. And what I mean by conscious intentions is that you may consciously say that you're going to stop smoking, that you're going to open this business, that you're going to write the book, you're going to be taking Pilates, whatever it happens to be. But below the surface, unconsciously, is a counter intention, a counter belief. And it can be anything from saying, I don't think I can do it, I don't deserve to do it, I don't have the body for it, I don't have the discipline for it, my parents would disapprove, my family would disapprove. There's all kind of beliefs in there. Counter intentions. And I've been writing about this in my book, The Key, the most recent one. I write about all of this, and I give 10 clearing techniques for getting rid of them. I want to give you one of those clearing techniques today. This one is powerful, maybe the most powerful of all. This one is free, and this one you can do right now. Game?
Yeah.
Okay. 3 years ago, I heard the most amazing story. 3 years ago, I heard about a therapist who worked at a mental hospital for the criminally insane at Hawaii State Hospital. And this therapist did some unusual healing technique and managed to heal every single patient in that mental hospital. Now, when I first heard that, I didn't believe it. I have a pretty open mind. I know about distance healing, remote healing, Reiki. There's a whole long line of things that can be done without a person touching another person or even being there. But this just sounded impossible. This sounded like an urban legend. How can a therapist not work on a person and help heal a mentally ill criminal in a mental hospital? So I dismissed the story. I heard it again a year after that, and I thought, okay, there may be something to it. It would be powerful for me to find out if it were true, because if it were true, the world needed to know about it. I needed to know about it. I wanted to broadcast a message if it were true. So I went looking, and it took a while to find a therapist. You can find him now because I'm making him famous. But it took a while at that point. I did find him. I got him on the phone, and I spoke to him for like 45 minutes. And I found out that, yes, indeed, he did work for the hospital. He worked there for 3 years. He did not see patients one-on-one. He would sometimes see them as he walked through the ward. But his agreement with the hospital was he would do his work, but not seeing patients one-on-one. He would sit in his office and review their files. And so I asked him, what was he doing as he reviewed the files? And he said, all I do, all I'm here to do, all I was doing then, all I'm doing now, all I'm doing as I talk to you is cleaning. I am cleaning and clearing, and I'm only here to clean and clear. It made no sense to me. So I asked him to explain, and he says, all I'm doing is making amends with the divine. I still didn't get it. Explain. He went on to say something, and this is the most mind-expanding thing I've ever heard. If you've not heard this before, read one of my other books, Zero Limits, it's going to stretch your mind to quantum levels. And it's the idea that you all heard you create your own reality, correct? Yes. You've heard you create your own reality. How about a bigger yes?
Yes.
You are listening. All right. You create your own reality. So he said if you create your own reality and somebody shows up in your reality who is a mentally ill criminal, you created them too. Because you create your own reality. It's like, oh my God. To take that on is a huge jump. He said the way he teaches his therapy is all about 100% responsibility. Now 100% responsibility means no matter what's going on in your life, no matter who brought it into your life, no matter what it happens to be, good, bad, or indifferent, you are responsible for it being there. Now believe me, I know how tough that is to live. He's been doing it for 25 years, and he still finds it tough. And what he said was, he was looking at those files, and he was taking responsibility for what he saw. He would read a file of somebody who was a murderer. Murderer, folks. And he would look at it and he would say something like, why do I feel repulsed in me? What part of me contributed to the creation of this murderer? And as he felt that, he directed his prayer, his petition to the divine. And he would say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. And he kept repeating that. As he told the story, when he first went to the ward, it was so dangerous that you had to walk down with your back against the wall because people were being attacked. Most of the patients were sedated or shackled. After a couple months of him doing his private self-healing work, his cleansing, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, patients didn't have to be shackled. Patients didn't have to be sedated. A few months after that, patients were being released. The other staff, which had been quitting on a regular basis, turnover, as you can imagine, was very high in this despicable environment, depressing environment. They told this therapist, they said, whatever you're doing, do it for us too. Because the patients are changing. After 2 years, that ward was empty. After 4 years, that ward was closed. Now that therapist, his name is Dr. E. Haleakala Lin. He and I wrote a book about all this called Zero Limits. And I'm not telling you that to get you to buy a book. You don't need the book. What you need to know is that you are 100% responsible for everything going on in your life, including those counter-intentions within you. And the free, easy, instantaneous way to clean them is by talking to the divine and saying, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. I just did a Zero Limits weekend, last weekend, right here, Maui Waui. And it was Maui Waui. It was Dr. Hulin and myself leading people into a direct experience of the divine. And the whole code word, the whole mantra, the whole prayer, everything, the whole weekend was about, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. You don't say it to the other person, you don't say it to yourself, you say it to the divine. And what you're saying is, please forgive me for whatever role I played in the creation of what I'm experiencing. You have no conscious idea what your role is. The unconscious mind is so huge with so many powers and so many beliefs inside of them that you have from this life as well as past lives. You have no idea, no clue what it was in you that participated in the creation of whatever it is that you're looking at. So you're saying, please forgive me. I'm sorry, I don't know what role I played. You're saying thank you as a statement of gratitude because the divine's listening to you. And the divine is going to cleanse this. The divine is going to cleanse the counter-intentions, the programs, the stuff below the surface that you're not aware of. And I always end with I love you, the three most powerful words. Because truly, if you're saying I love you to the divine, and you feel it, you'll go into a state of rapture. There are times back in Texas, I have this outdoor hot tub. I like to go into it at night. The stars are out. I'm relaxing. The heat is soaking into my muscles. Everything's loosening up. And I'm looking at the stars and I'm saying, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. They're like triggers for me to say the mantra. When I'm saying that I love you and I am truly relaxed and I'm starting to feel like, oh my God, my life is this incredible gift. I am in tears. That experience of gratitude is what goes out and washes through everything you need that's in the way of me being in moment-by-moment bliss. And then everything from The Secret, The Law of Attraction, my book, The Attractor Factor, all the things we talk about, they all work simply. There's no interference. The counter-intentions are gone. I tell people I live a life of magic and miracles, moment-by-moment awe at this point. And I'm not trying. At this point, I'm now doing what Dr. Hulen told me he did years ago at the mental hospital and what he's doing today. Cleaning. I have so many magic and miracles. I'm in 3 other movies coming out. I have dozens of more books coming out. I have people from Hollywood who have been following me around who want me to have my own television show. I am not creating this. I am agreeing to this. This is what happens when you shift to the focus of connecting to the divine. And the doorway, the open sesame, is I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. I promised you a miracle. Some of you are already feeling it because this is the moment. This is what you really want. Everybody wants to watch The Secret or read the book The Secret or even any of my books, and they think, wow, when I manifest or attract the car, the house, the relationship, the health, the more money, whatever, I'll be happy. Grand illusion. As soon as you're there, you'll go, okay, bigger house, more money, better health. When you get that, okay, you can just chase down the road. What you really want is this moment.
Yeah.
That's what you want. It ain't any better than this. When you truly appreciate this moment, I mean really soak up this moment, relish it, savor in it, wallow in it, all the other moments get better and better. Because you attract better from the appreciation of this moment. Gratitude is one of the most powerful, all-encompassing, sweeping things that you can do. It too is free. I turned on Oprah the other day. I hardly ever watch TV, almost never watch Oprah, and I caught just a segment of enough to make me cry. There's a book out called One More Day. And I haven't read the book, so I might have the title wrong, so somebody correct me if I said it wrong, but I believe it's One More Day. And it's about the concept of who in your life is passed on and you wish you had one more day. And on Oprah they showed some actor, and I couldn't tell who it was because his head was down and he was bawling. Because he was talking about somebody who was gone, who he wanted to have one more day with. I turned it off because it didn't take long for me to remember friends, my wife had passed on, and want one more day. In fact, I didn't know that I would even bring this up here. I've never talked about this book, never talked about this subject, never talked about this as a technique, because I didn't think I could get through it. It is so emotional to remind yourself that the people who have gone are gone. And if you think, if I had one more day, what would I say? What would I do? What would I feel? I'm bringing it up to remind you, this is your one more day. This is your one more day. Whoever you're with today, spend it in love. Enjoy each moment. It is priceless. You will never have that moment. You will never have this moment again. Ever. This is the miracle, folks. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you all. Thank you.